Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu wasallam wa barak ala nabina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good morning, friends, family, Instagram followers of as-Saafiy, and welcome to another episode in our running series, Revert Reflections. And the current theme that we have been addressing is what sets Islam apart from other faiths. And this week we're speaking specifically about how Islam differs from other faiths in terms of viewing and observing festivals and holidays. And today we wanted to answer the question, what exactly constitutes a holiday from the Islamic perspective? And this is an important matter to understand and to wrap our heads around, because the better we understand the Islamic definition, the better equipped we will be to determine what we can and can't participate in. And once we're able to determine what we can and can't participate in terms of holidays, this will help us to maintain the purity of our Islam and maintain our Islamic integrity. And this series of discussions under the theme, what sets Islam apart from other faiths, is all about that. It's all about helping us to reach a place where the purity of our Islam is maintained, is achieved and maintained, and our Islamic integrity is also or remains intact. So with that said, let's start talking about the characteristics of a holiday from the Islamic perspective. And the first characteristic or feature of a holiday from the Islamic perspective is reoccurrence, or recurrence, I should say. The word Eid in Arabic, which is translated as festival or holiday in English, comes from the verb ada, the Arabic verb ada ya'udu, which means to reoccur or to take place with some frequency. Weekly, monthly, yearly, etc. It's not a one-time thing. So one of the qualities of a holiday from the Islamic perspective is it's something which recurs, and it takes place with some frequency. It could be weekly, it could be monthly, it could be annually, every year, but it has to what? Reoccur. It can't be a one-time thing. So for example, let's say that a family wants to celebrate the graduation of a child of theirs from college, for example. And so they decide to have a celebration because their child graduated from college, from some engineering program or something like that. That one-time celebration for this one-time event or this one-time achievement is not considered a holiday from the Islamic perspective. But for example, if a couple were to celebrate their wedding anniversary, which occurs every year, and every year they observe or celebrate or mark this date or this day or this occasion, that would constitute at least one of the characteristics of a holiday from the Islamic perspective, because it what? It recurs. But another characteristic of a holiday from the Islamic perspective is that the day or date is intended in and of itself. It cannot be advanced or delayed. The day or date of the occasion is intended in and of itself. It cannot be advanced or delayed. So for example, here in America, what the Christians refer to as Christmas, it occurs every year on the 25th of December. One year they can't decide, you know what, it would just be better for it to be on the 24th or the 23rd, or it would be better for it to be on the 27th. No. Every year without fail, regardless of what day the 25th falls on, Christmas is going to be on the 25th. It has to be on that day. Similarly, Independence Day has to be on the 4th. It can't be on the 5th. It can't be on the 6th. It can't be on the 3rd. Similarly, Thanksgiving has to be the fourth Thursday in November. Every year without fail, it can't be the second Thursday. It can't be the third Thursday. It has to be the fourth Thursday, etc. And so because the day or the date of the occasion is set, it is fixed, and it is intended in of itself, that's another characteristic from the Islamic perspective of what is deemed a holiday. Last but not least, from the characteristics of a holiday from the Islamic perspective is that there are certain traditions associated or linked to the festival or celebration, and they go hand in hand with the holiday. And so every time you think of that holiday, or every time that holiday is observed, these customs and traditions are also observed. And if they're not observed, a person is considered to not be correctly observing the holiday. So, for example, what they call, or the Christians deem or refer to as Christmas, it involves trees and lights and gift giving and feasting. And these things are part and parcel of the holiday. Even certain specific things that they feast on, certain specific dishes that they serve, they're considered to go hand in hand with the holiday. And if a person did not observe these traditions, they would be considered to be violating the traditions and customs of Christmas and not observing it or practicing it correctly. When brothers and sisters, when we are able to check all of these three boxes, when we look at any event and we're able to look at that event and apply these characteristics to it and check all three of these boxes, then we're dealing with a holiday from the Islamic perspective. One, it reoccurs. The date or the day is intended in and of itself. And last but not least, there are certain traditions or customs which go hand in hand with that event, that occasion, that holiday, that festival. So these are the three characteristics, brothers and sisters. And if we look at that, we see that many things that Muslims are observing are considered holidays, which brings us to the next question that we'll, inshallah ta'ala, will answer tomorrow. What is the Islamic ruling on holidays? What does Islam say about celebrating holidays and observing holidays? We need to know that, because now that we know what constitutes a holiday, we need to know what does Islam say about celebrating these holidays. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll look at that tomorrow. Until then, may Allah bless your houses, may Allah bless your spouses, bless your children, bless your sources of income and revenue. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your day. May Allah bless you and make you blessed wherever you may be. Ameen, ameen, ya Rabbal Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala Nabi Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.